Alright, here we are in our third final chapter in this trinket tutorial. Basically what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be hooking this red LED to flash on and off, which basically is one of your first projects you would learn in Arduino. So let's jump right into it. So on the left side of the screen there, let's just make this bigger so you guys can see a little bit better. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go back up into our tools, and in our programmers we want to switch it, because it's probably on your computer, it's AVR ISP. You want to switch it to this one, this USB ISP. It's just the different way that it uploads to the board, and that's the one we're going to be using. It's basically the only thing that talks to the trinket that I found. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a few spaces. The first thing we want to do is we want to tell the script, the trinket, what port to look for. So we want to initiate that port, and the way we're going to do that is you're going to want to type in, or I'm going to leave this in the blog so you guys can cut and paste, this int LED equals 1. So basically that's what it's doing, is telling that this int LED equals port 1. So in our script, if we ever name anything LED, it says, oh, LED means it's 1. Alright, so down in our void setup, this is where we're going to set, this is where we set our pin to be an input or an output. So if we use another devices like a motion sensor or whatever, or a switch waiting for it to go high or low, we'll get into that later, then this is kind of what you're telling the machine. It's an input or an output. So we're going to make our output our LED an output. So what you want to do is pin mode, and then you want to type in LED : output. Alright, now for the rest of the code in this loop, so we want this program to run over and over again. So basically what we want to do, bring that over here, so you want a digital write LED high, so that'll turn the LED on, and then you want to go delay it for 1 second, and then you want it to digital write LED low, so that'll turn the LED off, and then you want to delay that 1 second. So then after it's done this script once, it's just going to loop back, hence void loop. So that is basically our code. So what we want to do now is we want to make sure that this code will run when we hook it up to our Arduino. So I'm going to hit the check mark, and I will save it like that. And then down at the bottom here, you can see it's running through, and it checked it out, and we didn't get any errors. If you get errors, make sure your spelling's right. Make sure you're within your colons here, or your little brackets. That's really important, or the code won't run. So what we'll do now is let's wire up our trinket. Alright, so what we can do now with our trinket, we're going to find our number 1, which is right here. So I'm going to go across the board here, and I'm going to plug that into where number 1 is. I'm going to bring it over here, just so I can do this. I have a little bit more working space here. Actually, let's bring it back because I don't have that room in the camera. So basically what this is going to do, it's going to send power up through here, through channel 1, come down here. I'm going to put a resistor in line just so I don't blow up my LED, because it's going to be shooting out to, I think, about 5 volts, 3 to 5 volts. I haven't put a meter on this one to find out what that is. So then I'm going to put this here. So it doesn't really matter which way your resistor goes, and basically what a resistor is, it resists power. So on the LED, just so you know, if you ever look at an LED, you'll see that one leg's longer than the other. So on this one, the long one is positive, the short one is negative. That way, if you're ever trying to know which way is positive, negative, now you know. So I'm going to plug the positive leg in to where the resistor comes down, and then I'm going to put it a couple pegs, the negative couple pegs over. So it's going to look a little like that. Okay, now on this side of the board, I'm going to find my ground. It's GND. I'm going to plug that part in, and then I'm going to plug it in right beside where the negative is. So now there you go. So basically that's what we got. So from the Arduino now, what I want to do is I'm going to pause this. Actually, no. So what you want to do now is you want to plug in your Arduino. Alright, so before we upload our script, just let me minimize this guy here. So before we upload our script, let's just unconnect our pin 1 and our ground. Just kind of either put them off the side, make sure they're in no part of the rail. I just put these off to the side here. So what I want to do now is I'm going to hit the red button. So now it's flashing, and then I'm going to come over right here and I'm going to hit upload. Boom, no errors. Now I was getting an error before, so what that error was is because I had it all plugged in and it did not like that. So here we go. As you can see, that one is flashing. So if we go back and hook our ground back up and our channel 1 back up, there you go. So basically, I did this once for a cheap alarm for my car, just to have a flashing light in it. It was an easy way to go about it. There are other things we can do here, and maybe in the next tutorial what I'll do is I'll show you how to make flashing lights just like cop lights or strobe lights or whatever. But if we did this, if I went over to our script and I changed this, let's say for 2, or even, yeah, let's go for 2, and then let's hit this. Let's just see if it'll work with that hooked up. Yeah, oh, it did. Okay, see, there we go. So it's on for 2, off for 1, on for 2, off for 1. So it leaves it a little bit longer. So just changing this number will make it go. Let's see what happens if I go 0.5. I don't think it'll do it. 0.5. And there we go. So let's hit our button. It goes into read mode. And let's upload it. Well, it's staying on because it's flashing so fast our eyes can't see it. Alright. Let's go back to 1. 1, 0, 2, 3. And then 1, 0, 0, 0. Hit our read button. And upload. So there you go. So basically that is how you make an LED flash. Maybe I'll further some of this tutorial and we can make it do a little bit more. I am going to play with the trinket a lot more. I might actually put a motion sensor in this, or 4 LED lights or something like that. Maybe we'll continue on. Leave some comments in the comments below if you'd like to see that. Plus we're going to move on to a few other little higher technical tutorials here shortly. Hope you enjoyed. Alright, once again, check out our webpage for this last tutorial. We've now added our trinket kit. So basically just go to yotvonline, click on the shop, and then once the shop opens up, you can see that it is now there. Go into view details. You can check it out. Short little details right now. I'll probably add more on. You can buy it now, and then choose your location. We are local to Calgary, so we do offer free shipping in Calgary. Canada, US, I might have to add a little bit. Later on we'll be doing product codes and stuff like that, but check it out. Hopefully, you know what, give us a little bit of support. We'd definitely appreciate it. We got to feed the Moke, you know, the producer of all this shenanigans that go on. Have a great day, and we will see you soon.